Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about a change in technology that is so profound it might just signal the end of coding as we know it.
You've probably seen that warning on a class syllabus, right? Don't use AI to cheat. But what happens when one of the world's top universities decides to do the exact opposite? Let's dive in.
Meet CS146S at Stanford, also known as the modern software developer. This isn't your typical computer science class. Here, using AI to write code isn't just an option, it's a requirement. This course is a powerful glimpse into the future of what it actually means to build software.
Now, to really understand just how revolutionary this is, we need to take a quick look back at the old world, the way coding has been taught and done for decades.
Think of it this way. For a long time, the coder was like a bricklayer, focused on the tiny details, meticulously placing every semicolon and every bracket by hand. But the future this course is preparing students for, it's completely different. It sees the coder as an architect, the one who designs the entire structure, who has the grand vision, and then lets the machines handle the manual labor of laying the bricks.
So, what does it actually look like to be an architect in this brand new world? Well, the rules of this Stanford course paint a very, very clear picture.
And here is the core principle, the main idea. The professor actually says that if a student can finish the entire course without typing a single line of code by hand, they've truly mastered the material. Think about that for a second.
So how do they do it? Through a process the course calls vibe coding. It's this continuous cycle. First, you plan the high-level structure. Then you have an AI generate the code. And then you modify and refine it, not by typing, but by writing better prompts. You become like a director, telling the AI exactly what to change, what to fix, and what to build next. And you just keep repeating that process until the whole system works perfect.
And this is what brilliantly illustrates the shift in what's considered valuable. The instructors aren't even really looking at the final, polished code. Instead, they're grading the AI chat logs and the commit history to see how the student communicated their ideas to the machine. It's become a test of thinking, not a test of typing.
This new way of working isn't just some classroom exercise. It's actually forging an entirely new professional identity.
So who is this new kind of developer? Let's meet the vibe coder. Their job isn't to write the code itself, but to manage the vibe. The overall feel, the user experience, and the why behind the software, leaving all the details of the how to an AI.
This table just highlights the difference so perfectly. A traditional coder was focused on syntax and debugging. A vibe coder? They're all about system logic and intent. Your daily tasks are no longer about writing repetitive code, but about crafting effective prompts for an AI. The value has completely shifted from efficient code to a great user experience.
And make no mistake, this is not just some academic theory. This is a direct reflection of a massive tectonic shift that is happening across the entire tech industry right now.
One of the most immediate and, frankly, disruptive consequences is the potential disappearance of the traditional junior developer role. The whole job of writing simple, repetitive, boilerplate code is exactly what AI is incredible at, which makes that entry point into the industry more and more obsolete.
And we're already seeing this in the data. Just look at the trends. Hiring for developers in that early career stage, say 22 to 25, is starting to drop noticeably. But on the flip side, we're seeing these brand new roles pop up. AI orchestrator, prompt engineer, for people who can manage these incredibly powerful coding tools.
But with this disruption comes a really fascinating opportunity. By removing that steep learning curve of complex syntax, the barrier to entry is lowered for experts in all sorts of other fields. A marketing manager or a scientist can now translate their deep knowledge directly into functional software, with AI as their guide.
So this all leads to the big question. If AI is handling the code, what is left for us humans to do? Well, it turns out the answer is all the most important parts. Your value is no longer in how you write a loop, but why you need that loop in the first place. It all comes down to empathy, understanding a user's frustration, the clarity to define the real problem, and the judgment to know which of the AI's 10 solutions actually makes sense for human beings. This really is the most critical question for anyone looking to thrive in this new landscape. How do you train for a job that's less about technical execution and way more about vision and direction?
The answer is to practice thinking like an architect. Look at a problem like this one. Forget about the code for a minute. How would you design a system for a chef on Mars who misses Earth?
What are their pain points? Communication delays? Limited ingredients? The feeling of isolation? Solving for that is the new skill.
And that brings us to the most important point of all. When an AI can write perfect code in an instant, what is left for us? It's the one thing a machine can't replicate. It's you. Your unique perspective, your creativity, your judgment, your empathy, that's the soul you bring to the software. And in this new world, that's the most valuable thing of all.